What's going on, Joe? How are you this morning, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You caught me off guard there with that greeting. There's a little bit of Wookiee in there.
I don't know.
Ah.
There's a little, you get that theme music going. It just gets you the blood flowing. You know what I mean? So
That's
I got a
true.
little excited there. How you
Um,
doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate your support. Last week, I was out at a cabin enjoying myself. I was assured the cabin had internet, which it technically did, but practically it was pretty rough. So I appreciate your help last week and the audience's patience. But we're back here at Central Command, right where we're used to being, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves today.
How was your trip? Did you have a nice time there?
I did have a nice time there. Those of y'all that didn't see it, like I said, I was at this cabin, but it was really good. It's a small lake and it's pretty secluded, so I didn't really see any other humans, not many anyway, um, which was good and just what I needed. It was 3 days of that. I got to get out and fish with Charlie. This is not my one thing, but it's an interesting fact. I always thought like swans were like, cows. Like there's not really like wild cows. Like they're just domesticated things that we have. Turns out swans are native to Minnesota or to the North America and the upper Midwest. This lake had swans with baby cygnets on it. Like how cool was that?
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that you think swans are domesticated? I didn't even really know that.
Yeah, I thought like if you were rich or like Lakeland, Florida, they got a bunch of swans. Like the town buys the swans, and I thought like if
Oh,
like
really?
yeah, I
I have
thought they
no
were
idea.
like Pomeranians. It's not a wild Pomeranian. You just go get a Pomeranian. I thought that's what swans were. I thought they were like this domesticated thing, but they're wild. Yeah,
Are there any wild cows out there anywhere?
it's not. That's what I'm saying. We call them ox. They're water buffalo. Yeah, um, yeah, they are me. That's they provide. Yes, they. You're exactly right, Chris.
They're
uh,
mean, really? I know that
uh,
geese are mean, but I
yeah,
didn't
they
know
got that
swans
same
were mean.
trait. They come after you. Got that neck and the face forward kind of thing.
Oh, that mean neck. It's
They,
so mean.
they could they
Yeah,
could.
they got that neck.
It's like a snake, man. They can get you. Anyway, all right, fine.
I thought we were
I
trying to dispel the myth of the mean snake. Now
Oh,
you're
what I'm saying
equating
is,
the
I
neck of a
enjoyed the
swan,
morning
mean swan,
fishing,
to
and I discovered that swans were native around here, and I thought that was pretty cool. I apologize that maybe everybody else already knew that swans were native, but
No, I
I
didn't
thought it was
know.
cool.
I didn't know. I actually didn't. I haven't really put that much thought into it, obviously. So
I had not either until I saw them, and I was like, "Look at that! I'll be damned. We're out in the middle. Who bought these swans here?" And then I looked it up, and they just,
bodies.
yeah. That's how you know you're on a
uh,
quality lake. It's got a set of swans, man.
this you've tuned into Proper Cup of Joe, by the way. I'm Joe. This is Adam. He's got snakes. I don't. I have a lot of questions for him. That's the premise of the show. And occasionally we talk about swans.
That's right. That on on Thursdays in August, we talk about swans. So
You did send me a little picture after our show last week of a fish that you caught. That was nice.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of sharing fishing pictures because we'll be here all day. But uh, yeah, actually, I'll tell you one little anecdote about it though. So, I it was a friend that invited us to their cabin. We took them up on the invite. They weren't able to go with us, and then it came to light that it's actually the family's cabin rather than the friend's cabin. So I had to speak to the father of the family kind of thing to make sure that we had all the
Okay.
rules covered. You're in another man's cabin. You gotta make
Sure.
sure that you're priming the pump in the boat properly. The garage door has a little trick. You don't go in sister's room, all that. So while I'm talking to the guy, I said, "Hey, what's the story fishing out there?" And he's like, there's a bunch of little northern pike, and they're a pain. You don't want to catch those, but the crappie fishing is really good." And I'm like, like crappies are like great big like bluegills. Like I'm not going fishing for crappies. And I was like, how about, but he told me there were pike in there. I was like, well, there's little pike, there's big pike. And I said, what about bass? He says, yeah, there's bass in there. You'll catch some bass. I said, okay, cool. So I like fishing. If I'm going to fish, I want to catch a big fish. It's all catch and release. I let him go back. So I buy this great big pike or muskie lure. There's an even bigger fish than a pike called a muskie in these waters up here. So there's this massive lure I'm fishing with. And I start catching some decent pike. And then just wham, this bass hits it. Big bass. I pull it up. Very cool. It's great. Took a picture. Sent it to the owner. Sent it to my friend. Hey, we're having a great time. Miss you guys. Later that night, Charlie's fishing. Bam, same lure. Catches this big bass, another big bass. Send him the picture. Thanks, guys. We're having the time of our lives. Really appreciate what you've done for us. Thank you. I get back to drop off the keys with my friend, and my friend says, hey, what the hell were you fishing with out there? And I told him the lure, and I said, man, it was great. Just say thanks. And he was like, I got to tell you, my dad called me like a little bit like frustrated and jealous. He said, we've been fishing on that lake for 30 years and never caught fish. and I'm not saying that to say I'm an amazing fisherman, but I told him, I said, well, all I used was a great big pike or muskie lure, but your dad said he hates catching pikes. So I think he never fishes with those lures. He's just fishing with these little tiny things for crappie. And he's like, yeah. I was like, but here's the nice part of it. I was going to get a bottle of wine. They don't drink. I was like, what can I do at the cabin? We'll do all the laundry. No. My mom's particular about the laundry. Ask the father, what can I do? Nothing. Just leave the cabin in a nice space. So I got him a set of these lures that I can now send to him. And I suppose I'll make it my one thing. Finding something, a gift for grown people that just buy the stuff that they want is always like a wonderful moment, So I got him a set of these lures so that he too can catch the big bass that are out there in that big lake or in that small lake.
Yes, it's interesting. That is an interesting question to try and figure out. As you get older, it gets a little more difficult to figure out, what a gift to give somebody.
Yeah,
and like a bottle of wine is usually is okay, but that's getting to be pretty generic, or like right. Something like, or if they don't drink, right? So what do you find? What do you how do you figure that out?
And to use the context clues, the guy's already got himself a toy cabin. He's got himself multiple at the cabin. Like, he's doing all right for himself.
He's doing okay.
Yes. So it's even harder. So when I heard like my friend, he was so awkward. He's like, I don't know if I should tell you this, but my dad was like mad, frustrated that he was like, what is that fishing with all these fish?
Right. Do you, I mean, that's a great idea. And I do like to figure out, like when you do figure out some kind of gift to give somebody else and like, you're excited about it. It's like a great find, even if it's just a couple bucks.
Well, it is. And to this day, so that's always how I feel about my father, for different reasons, but he just doesn't like stuff. He doesn't want stuff. And so like buying him something that he can actually use is impossible. And now when I think about it, like I don't wait for his birthday. I don't wait for Christmas. I just buy it and send it to him, which frustrates him because he's like Jerry's dad. He's like, how much did you spend on this? I'm like, don't worry about it, Dad. I got it. But secondly, he's like, it's not Christmas for my birthday. Why are you sending me stuff? And I'm like, too bad you're stuck with your son that sends you stuff because it makes me happy. So I like doing that. So it's nice when I'm just like, oh, he can actually use it. Boom, send it right now. Amazon, it's going to happen.
So when I was in Ireland a few weeks ago, I just like wanted to get a souvenir for like my brother, my sister. But my sister and my niece, I got stuff for them. And then I was like, well, I have a brother-in-law too. You know how it starts to like snowball.
Yeah. Who's going to be mad that they didn't get it, right? Who didn't make the list?
Well, of course. but I love my brother-in-law, so I was like, okay, I'll get him something. But he's, it's the same thing. It's like,
Right.
what am I going to get? A nice? Is it going to be a souvenir from Ireland? So, and I was actually really excited about this. I'm in this one shop, and there's all of these, made in Ireland stuff and clothes and stuff, and it's got to be something small too. I knew that he had like a surgery coming up, so I found, like, how when you go to a hospital and you stay overnight in the hospital, and it's like some kind of surgery or something, and they put those socks on your feet, the non-slip socks.
Oh, okay. It's been a
So
while. I haven't had surgery in, I don't know, 30 years. But okay, so you get
it's like,
non-slip socks.
and
I
it's
didn't know
like
that. Okay.
you have to wear these socks. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes they're like you're required to wear these socks. That
It goes with the gown.
Yeah. So I came across these fleece socks with like little rubber nodes on the bottom. And for some reason, I was really excited about getting that for. I thought, oh yeah, he's got that surgery coming up. Get him these socks.
He's gonna roll in with his own socks.
Yes, he's gonna go. No, I have my own.
I got it. Yeah.
Plus, he's like he's a tall man. He's a big guy. He is. He's like 6'8". So
that's big when you're saying a dude's big. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, that's the only time I like recognize height is when people are taller than me. Like when if people who are shorter than me, I have no idea what height they are. But when they're taller than me, I know I'm like, wow, that guy's tall. So and it's like a one size fits all fleece sock. So I also wanted to test out their claim of one size fits all.
Oh, to see if it actually fits him.
Yes.
I think Chris has a little PTSD from his hospital stays and his socks. He's good on his socks, he says.
Come on, that's a great gift. Come on, Chris.
Oh man, is there a joke about it's a 2-for-1 deal for Chris with I'll let it be. He'll if you know, you know. I'll get him with that when I'm in Toronto next month with them.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you had a good time there, man.
There it is. He got it. Yeah. See, there it is. Chris has one foot. One leg with their ergo only 1 foot. There you go.
Okay.
You see that now? You get it. We were working our way there. Yes. Well, nice, man. What you got on? What are you wearing today? What it's like the run discussion. Yeah. Whose design you wearing today, Joe?
I got Beauty in the Balls t-shirt on today.
Nice.
Very
Whitney
nice.
and Jason. Yeah, man.
It's real soft.
Oh, they get you a broken in one?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this was worn by a large man. I don't know. It feels good.
Did you look at I'm a bit of a t-shirt snob. Did you look at what brand it is? Here's what, if you're gonna make t-shirts, I feel like make ones that are super comfy that people will wear, because they'll wear it a time or two to represent you. But after that, it's gonna go to the little pile sometimes. But
both the shirts that I've worn so far on this show, they're both comfy shirts. This one is great. I'm going to wear this one a bunch, I think.
See what I mean? Spend the extra $1 or $2 and actually get some, get a little return on your t-shirt investment, folks. One of these days I need to rate them, but just off the top of my head, I can tell you Bod's Exotic Reptiles, Next Level, it was the brand of t-shirt that they used. That shirt I've had the longest and I still wear it the most. Second would be Portuguese Pythons. They also went with Next Level on theirs, if you're noticing a trend. I like that fit as well. And they've had two they have two that I wear constantly. Bod's has one. Jeremy Bod's Exotic Reptiles, they saw me wearing the old one and they're like, hey, let me give you a new one. And I saw they switched the brand. I've never taken it out of the plastic. I still have it unscathed, unopened, because I'm still wearing out the old one. That's how good those Next Level t-shirts are. So for the record,
very good.
The proper royal shirts are also next level. So anyway, there you go. Get good t-shirts. That's cool. That Beauty and the Balls. Yeah, that's Jason and Whitney from Alabama somewhere. I think they're from around Birmingham, North Alabama folk, not that southern central Montgomery folk. You wouldn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, and really super nice folks. Love those guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
His beard was brought back just a little bit. Oh, look at this guy. He leaves Alabama and he's still like Roll Tide. Dude, you lived like 40 minutes from Auburn and you're yelling Roll Tide, and now you live in I'm giving Nick a hard time. Oh, he came back. Yeah, back to Atlanta. Yeah. Nick actually he and I lived in the same little town in Alabama called Wetumpka. I did. You know, you really love a place when you refer to it like prison. I did a year in Wetumpka. I was there. I did a year in Wetumpka at the Ruby Tuesday in Wetumpka. I was there. Joe,
Yeah, they let me out.
Yeah, no, I quit. I let that. That's what it took. 10 years with Ruby Tuesday. Why'd you quit, Adam? Oh, Wetumpka, Alabama is why I quit. I had to go home. Anyhow. It was fine. It was just a moment. It wasn't for me, and Ruby's at that point was no longer for me either. You want to check out a cool ball python, Joe?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
How about the coolest ball python in the world this week, man?
That's what I would rather look at. The coolest.
We're not going to look at a regular ball python. We're going to look at a cool one. I don't want to share my screen. I want to upload an image is what I want to do. Here it comes. In the meantime, the coolest ball python in the world every week is brought to us by Heart of the Python. That's Bill and Kate Peaver out in Massachusetts. Their family operation, they travel all over the place. They're from Massachusetts. They did Southeast Reptile Expo. They did Daytona. Kate is working Monarch, a puzzle. Bill is working Mandarin and Rainbow. And the girls, they're working Banana, Pied, and Clown projects and combos. They've also headed down this road, and they stuck with it. Kudos to them. I think it's really cool. And it's cool to see people see projects through and just go for what their vision and their belief is on breeding for temperament. They have a breeding for temperament program, and it's called the Heartline, and that's on TikTok. You can check them out every week. The coolest ball python in the world is brought to us by Heart of the Python. Go check them out. Here it is, this week's coolest ball python in the world. Boom. How about that one, Joe? What's your first impressions there?
I like the nice, clean lines to it.
Yeah.
There is this is a little bit different from last week. Last week was like a free form kind of overall type of.
That's right.
Abstract. This is there's a lot of contrast here. There's a lot of pattern here. I like this. It's good.
We got some rules and structure on this one, huh? It's not
yes, exactly.
Yeah, there we rules go. And structure. this ball python has rules, man. All right, let me do the honors to start with really quick. This one comes to us from Mark Bailey, Reptiles. Mark is right here in Minnesota, and is somebody I've had the good opportunity and fortune, and I'm thankful to get to know. Mark and I tussle a little bit on some genes and ideas and identification. And I say we tussle. I would never tussle with Mark. If Mark says something about a ball python, that's the gospel. I think he's been at this over 30 years kind of deal. But the end result to these debates sometimes is generally, man, I just like to make beautiful ball pythons. And that is the answer to all of the debates of genetics of ball pythons, in my opinion. And he does make beautiful ball pythons. So this one caught my eye, man. I was scrolling and I stopped. I didn't look at the genes. And this is one of those that, like, you look at it and you go, man, what is that? And then you see the genes and you're like, that's it? That's not that complicated. I can, like, this is one of those things. It gives you hope. You'd be like, man, I can make that. Yeah, it gives you hope. You're like, man, I can make that. And then 5 years later, you still haven't hit it. You're like, oh, I can't make that. This is a Cypress yellow belly clown. And I would respectfully add that I think it probably has some Orange Dream not some. You either have one, two, or none. So I think it has one copy of Orange Dream in it as well. Just knowing some of Mark's collection and seeing that head stamp, I recognize that, and I've got several animals from Mark, and I recognize that head stamp. I think that there's some Orange Dream in the mix in there as well, but I will defer to his identification. He says yellow belly cypress clown on this snake here. Joe, I'm with you. I love color, contrast, and pattern, and so color on this one, nice and bright, really well defined. I really like on the head that little orange glow, and then kind of that spot on the very back of the head there, and then I like how it sort of flames up from the bottom in like an orange tan kind of color, and then as you go up you get obviously the patterns are a deeper yellow, darker yellow, or golden yellow, and then they're black outlined, and then the top tan. I think this is a really nice color selection in this snake. And then, like you say, the contrast of the structure is really, really good with the outlines of those patterns. And then the big circle, usually we'd call them alien heads, but these are so round and so circular, they've lost all alien head look to them. And that's something that the cypress is doing, changing the pattern as well. So I really like the snake, Joe. What do you think about this one?
Okay, so I have a bunch of questions. Is that okay?
Okay, good. Yeah, that's what you're here for, matter of fact.
Okay, let's just go through the three that you mentioned.
Okay.
What does yellow belly give to the snake? What am I looking at?
All right, good. Well, so yellow belly does a few things. It does have yellow in the name, so it's bringing out the yellow, which is kind of the easy part. Yellow belly causes, we call it flaming, but you see at the base, they look like literal flames in between the patterns, especially toward the back of the snake. That flaming up from the belly, we would call, would attribute to yellow belly as well. Joe didn't say any of that. And then it helps with contrast as well. That's something that yellow belly does.
Okay, all right. So that's what yellow belly does. I see that did that flaming up from the belly. What does clown do?
Clown. Okay, for the 53rd week in a row, clown is going to clean up the head stamp. Gives it that really, really clean head stamp. Like clown's one of those you need outside of pied. Like you need to be able to identify clown from a mile away. So there's no eye stripe on clowns. Like a typical ball python would have that stripe from the nose going through the eye to the back of the head. It's not there, so it's really identifiable as clown. It cleans up and makes it just gives the head a different Adam's being salty. It cleans up the head stamp, and then it tightens up the top pattern. Usually on clowns, things don't connect over the top. There's that one way or another, you're gonna have like a tight dorsal pattern from the head all the way to the tail on that.
So no eye stripe, and then it's the patterns don't connect on the top.
Generally, yes.
Okay, all right. And then what does cypress do?
Now that's a good question. Cypress is a little more subtle. Cypress brings in those cool like tan colors, almost like a suede look to it. And I think that's a really effective touch, especially in clown. And cypress is further cleaning up that head stamp. Clowns will, get rid of the eye stripe and kind of tighten up the head stamp. Cypress almost has no head stamp, which is we're seeing here. It looks like almost like a smooth like leather saddle up top up there. Like there's not much on the very top of that head, but really it's that tan suede kind of look to it that Cypress is bringing.
So when we talk about these things, most of the conversation is it's about color and contrast, but the other part is pattern, right? So and that is, I don't hear that talked about as much. Do you actually breed for pattern? Like, these look like
some snakes, yes.
Yeah. So I look at this snake and I go, these look like mushroom clouds, right?
Okay.
Looks like some kind of like if you were watching a test of an atomic bomb and they like yellowed out the film or something.
Right.
That would be, it would be like mushroom clouds, right?
Uh-huh.
So is there do you go, I would really like, that mushroom cloud pattern throughout the whole snake? Is there like is there a way to breed for that look?
Yeah, so I mean, predictably, there's only those two genes at play visually. I mean, clown is helping with that, but yes, you could say if you like this pattern, you would say, and that's sort of how we would define a quote a project. So we might say, man, I just want to work yellow belly cypress clown combos. What could I put on top of this? So if I were breeding it, and to take a leap from where you started and say, man, I love these mushroom cloud looking patterns. I want to keep those, but I wish the top was dark. I want to make it even darker. So maybe I need to put blackhead, or I need to put something. I would say black pastel, but black pastel would mess up that pattern, those mushroom clouds that you're after. So that's where you start thinking, all right, I want a darkening gene, but not a pattern altering gene, or a less pattern altering gene. So yeah, we do think about that stuff a lot. And a lot of that thought comes from scrolling through and looking at other people's snakes, where you're like, whoa, that's a pattern I love. How do I think I can improve on that? Or maybe I like it as it is, but I just want to make it even higher contrast. So maybe I want to work yellow belly cypress clowns with desert ghost on top of it, and really make the yellows electric and give it a kind of a glazed donut glow to it, but yeah, I do think that we think about those patterns a lot.
Okay. Now I'm looking at it and I'm going, it looks like something out of the Lorax, like the
protect
Dr.
the
Seuss.
forest, protect the trees, right?
Yeah. So yeah, this is a mushroom cloud Lorax snake.
The mushroom cloud Lorax. I like it.
Yeah,
from Mark Bailey.
Mark Bailey.
There it is, man. I want to see Mark. Mark needs to, I was going to say he needs to update the listing to the mushroom cloud Lorax. It's already sold, but whoever has this snake out there, congratulations, banging snake, the coolest ball python in the world this week from Mark Bailey. Go check out his market stuff. It's awesome on there. Very cool snake. Thank you, Joe. I like it, man. That was a good exercise. I didn't mean to be salty towards you. Just keep an eye out for clowns, okay?
I know. I mean, you want me to ask questions. You can't make fun of the questions I ask, okay?
That's a fair point. I had that discussion with my wife recently. I was like, you asked for my input, and then why do you get mad about it? And just don't ask. I won't. Just tell me not to participate in the first place. I apologize, Joe. It's a fair point. I have noted that point.
I have no memory about this stuff. That's why. That's one of the reasons why you asked me to do this.
It's actually why the show works. Like, we could have, because if you remembered everything, you wouldn't have all these questions. It's just right.
So my deficiencies contribute to the show. Okay, so
that's right. Your lack of care and dedication keep us going, man. It's really impressive.
Yes, my lack of care.
Hey, we should tell some people about. I just made a video about Cold Blooded Cafe's rodents. I'm telling you, they're the freshest, they're the cleanest rodents, all USA produced, woman-owned company. If that stuff is up your alley, go check out Cold Blooded Cafe on their rodents. You get free shipping on orders over $200 when you use the promo code Proper11. That's how you're going to let Desiree and the team know you heard about them here at Proper Royals. Go check them out. And like I say, you can see on Instagram if you want to see how fresh and clean they are coming out of the package. Right there on the rat hibachi yesterday. I posted that. And then speaking of yesterday,
I gotta say, I scroll right past that when you post.
Did you see it? Oh, you didn't engage a little bit?
I didn't engage. I scrolled past it. It's just a part of the gig that turns me off, I guess.
It's had you not scrolled past it with the tongs, I did the slow motion flip, where you slow down the speed and you do the flip. Yeah, it's really effective on the reel. People love that. That gets them. That's like the hook.
There's something that came into my algorithm that I'm like, how did this get there? And then I go, oh yeah, I'm friends with Adam.
Some people have thirst trap pics from whoever they're into, and other people have rodents being flipped on the old hibachi from Adam.
Yes, yes.
Also, Husbandry Pro. I pulled some eggs yesterday. So now I got the incubator label. I have the countdown in the incubator module in the Husbandry Pro app. It's going to track all the genetics when the babies hatch. It's already going to be able to create those babies knowing what genetics are in them. All that information is going to transfer. That your spreadsheets don't do that. You got to do that all by hand. But with Husbandry Pro, that's just one little detail of all the things that they do, and I use it daily, so I'm pretty excited about the eggs that I pulled yesterday. But you can check out 60 free days of Husbandry Pro. Their new platform, Husbandry Pro Next, is out as well. Same price. You can use the Classic or the Next. You can use either one, toggle between the two. There's no upcharge on that. Anyway, check it out. 60 days for free with P Royals 60. It is legitimately just this practical tool that I use all the time, and makes life very easy. I do pay for it. I subscribe to it. It's worth it. It's worth every penny. Go check it out. So there we go. Thanks to the people that keep on the lights and the audience that keeps hanging out. Joe, they come back for you, man. You're the guy. You're the one.
I don't
see
know.
what Joe's up to, man.
I think they like your saltiness as well, I guess.
Well, I try. I know we wrote a little topic for today. Let's get to that in just a second. Speaking of saltiness, because I know that you enjoy it when I get on a little rant and when I'm a little frustrated. Yeah,
yes,
Joe enjoys this.
Let's go. What's the problem here, Adam?
Well, today I have to go to the police department, and I have to file a trespass notice against like a 70-year-old grown man that behaves like a 13-year-old at my car wash. And,
really?
Yeah, I've had enough. And so, he's going to not step foot on my property again. And I had to address this.
What is the behavior that he's exhibiting?
Well, going down a little bit of a car wash rabbit hole, sometimes you got to educate people a little bit. Foaming soap makes foam like foam, like you splash, like you're like a bubble bath, like foam.
That makes sense.
The foaming soap brush is called the foaming soap brush because the soap foams and it makes the foam. The other part of it is called detergent. In your washing machine, your dishwasher, it doesn't foam in there. You put cleaner in though, right? It's not that hard of a leap to make where you go, oh yeah, detergent, foaming soap, two different things. You don't want your washing machine to foam like foaming soap, right? But you still are washing your clothes. So the high pressure spray has detergent in it because no sane person wants foam flying out of a pressure washer. It doesn't work that way. Okay. I have calmly tried to explain this to this gentleman many times, and he constantly comes back. I constantly give him his money back. And the good news is only $1.50 car wash. It's not that hard to make things up to people. Fine. It's not worth the fight. I explained to him, hey, next time you do your you run your dishwasher, I'd like you to think about, do you think it foams in there or not? Because it doesn't. And I use that explanation. He swears.
Wait. I'm confused. He wants it to foam when he's like, why does he come and try to get his money back?
He tells me in the high pressure wash that there's no soap in it. And I say, it's detergent. Okay. It's not foaming soap. And he swears that I'm lying to him and that I lie to his face. He even hit me with the don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining line one day. And I was like, I'm telling you what it does. You could choose to use this product or not, but this is what I do.
Okay.
So while I'm at the cabin, he calls me leaving a rant about how I know I'm lying to people about there being he's calling me. I have the voicemail. I'm out fishing. I'm like, I know this guy. I'm not taking his phone call. I'll call him when I get back. I can't fix it anyway. I'm not going to argue with him on the phone while I'm out fishing. Fine. So I get back, and what do I
I'm just picturing you like angry fishing. If you took
Yeah,
that
like
call, you would
throw
just
my
be
big lure
angry
out
fishing.
here. Yeah, right. So
it's the opposite of what it should be.
yeah, so I get back and he tells me the stall that he's in. He tells me that it's not working. It's this particular one. You don't have your soap in here. There's no foam. And I'm like, yeah, it does. It's never going to be foam out of there, any stall. And he has tied the pressure washing wand, he's tied it into a great big knot, rendering it unusable for any other customers.
Oh my gosh, that would really piss me off.
Right? You can't do that. You don't like a barbecue joint sauce. You don't call them and tell them, "Hey, here's what your sauce should be." And by the way, I'm going to hinder your business from doing business for other customers who are sane and appreciate what you offer. You can't do that. It's over the line. It's unacceptable. I know he knows that it's unacceptable because since last Friday up until yesterday, I've tried 5 times. I've documented 5 times that I've tried to get in touch with him to have this conversation person to person to say, do not come back to my property. I'm okay with having an adult conversation with other humans. No problem. Doesn't call me back. I text him. He's texted me before about such things. Frank, I know you get my, I shouldn't have said his name. I know that you get my texts. I am telling you, I need to speak with you. I want to address your concerns and your behavior at my car wash. It's all on camera. I have his face. I have his car. I know what happened. No reply, no reply, no reply. So yesterday, I put in writing to him, this is a courtesy notice. I've tried, as you know, to get in touch with you to have this conversation. Your inability to contact me back has left that an untenable situation. I will now be going to the Lonsdale Police Department to file a trespass notice against you. You may not come back on my property ever again.
Oh, gosh.
And he did not reply. Grown men that you have to babysit, man. You can't. Customers get to choose whether they're pleased or they're not pleased, and I will put up with as much customer input as they want. You cannot abuse somebody's property or personnel or equipment. That's not it. Go away. Just leave.
That's terrible.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah.
Terrible. That is
I know
terrible.
it's terrible.
And I'm not smiling that you did that. I'm smiling at how upset you are.
No, well, here's the thing.
I would be upset too. I get it.
I'm actually not even upset about it. It's that I don't want to deal with it ever again. I want to be sure that I never ever hear from this guy again, and I don't need that worry in my life. You got to cut that out immediately. Once that line is crossed, I don't need it back.
I don't understand why you would continue to go to a place that you think is not doing the right thing, which is it's just strange. Here's
the funny part: in a town of 5,000 people, there are 3 car washes. He could go somewhere else. Yeah. A fourth one is currently being built. I don't know what the metrics of car washes are, ironically, since I have one. Well, I could tell you, nobody else has $1.50 car washes, baby. I'm the guy. You want a cheap value car wash? Nobody's gonna touch me. I'm fine. Those 3 can battle it out with their shiny machines and all that you drive through. You wanna spray your own vehicle and control your wash? Your car, your wash, baby. Right here, $1.50.
Yeah, I don't understand. Sorry, I don't understand. I don't know what have you. If you go to a place and you're thinking that they're doing something underhanded, why would you go back? Have you ever done that before? Have you ever gone back to a place that you thought was like ripping you off? Why would you do that? I don't understand.
I really think
which makes me feel like is this just like some kind of activity that he needs in his life? I don't know. Maybe
he's like you, Joe. Maybe he enjoys seeing Adam a little annoyed in the morning. Maybe that's what he liked. Maybe he's like, hey, baby, watch this. I'm going to go to this guy's car wash, and this will be fun today. I don't know.
If I lived in Lonsdale, that's probably what I would do every day. Just go and tie a knot, and
and then you would be told never to come back by either myself if you answered the phone, or if you didn't, I'll just file the trespass with the cops.
Oh, the things you got to deal with, man.
I know. Abusive people in the world. No, I have no patience for it. You will not be welcome in my world or at my car wash if you behave that way. You pitched a thank you for letting me air out some grievances. It's a nice moment of
That's great.
therapy. I appreciate
That's
it. Thank
great.
you
I
very
love
much.
it.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
You pitched
Have you
a
always been this way?
no, I like being happy. I have no patience for this stuff. If you're not what I was fine in my life before this guy entered it, I'm going to be great after he leaves it. Why would I put up with continued relations with this? No way. So anyway, you pitched a good topic, I thought. What was it? What's the genesis here? Do people change? Are you the same person you were
No,
10 years
so
ago?
it's all of the questions that I pitched to you yesterday were from they come directly from the class that I teach.
Okay,
So I
cool.
teach religion, and the basis of teaching religion is we're going to use religions as a way to, exercise our brains and critical thinking and all that jazz, right? So you go. So it's a part of just like a critical thinking exercise that I do with the class, and basically I break them up into groups, and I say each group is one brain. So you're going to act like one brain together, and you're gonna solve this dilemma. You're going to give me an answer to these dilemmas. So all of the things that I sent you yesterday were the 5 dilemmas that I give each of the
Nice. Okay.
groups. Yeah.
I like it.
So I don't know if the first group, it always gets this one, which is, are you the same person you were 10 years ago? Are you the same person you were 10 years ago? And
Yeah.
sometimes there's an immediate reaction, and people go yes, or people go no, or whatever. But the idea is to really think about what the question is asking, and then the implications of answering it one way or the other.
Let me ask you this though. In a class of undergrads, they have to be different than they were 10 years. Like their 19-year-old self, they must think of themselves differently than their 9-year-old selves, right?
So that comes up in conversation, because I've led classes that are all adults who are just they're later in life, going back to school, and it often is, yeah, I'm the same person I was 10 years ago. And then when I do have like traditional college age students in a group, they go no. So that's definitely a determining factor in how people answer the question.
Interesting.
But the whole point is, in order to actually answer the question, you have to define certain terms within the question.
Okay, well, I didn't even overthink it that much. You hit me with that question at a particularly it could be described as turbulent at times, but also a wildly productive and evolutionary 10 years of my life as well. Even more than probably most people realize on the surface. We could pick that apart in a minute if you want. But I also got thinking about it. So I'm 46. Like I said, the past 10 years have been wildly earth-shattering in my world for myself. But 36 to 26, yeah, I went from being a single dude playing in a band to a father and a husband wearing a bow tie and a suit. So yeah, that's different. 26 to 16, yeah, thank God that's a different world. 26 was a great time. 16 was great, just different in a way different way. And then 16 to 6, of course I was. Yeah, so like every 10-year period, I would be a different person. Now,
every 10-year period, you would be a different person. So that's the question. Are you a different person, or are you just a singular person, the same person, experiencing different things?
Well, so I brought this up with Kelly last night because we were playing trivia. We knew the answer. We had to kill a little time. I said, "What do you think about this topic?" And she had an interesting nuance on it. She says, "Well, yeah, we change," but she says, "I think every 10 years, I magnify a little more of who I am at my core, of that 7-year-old that I was 40 years ago." And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I had to think about that. And I was like, why 7? And she's like, when I was 7, I didn't have inhibitions. I didn't have any cynicism. I just had a vision of who I was and what I wanted to be. And then the world piles a bunch of crap on top of that, and you spend the rest of your life throwing that crap away and becoming that person you want to be. And I was like, wow, that's why I'm. If you wonder why I married Kelly, there you go, folks.
Does that change your perspective on the question then?
Yeah. So let's go back to this particular 10 years. It's taken me a long time to be able to just talk matter-of-factly about this. October 2016, out of the blue, I get fired. No explanation, no reason, no, I had just gotten a raise. I just gotten a great review. I just bonused. I was doing the thing. I was, really at the upper echelon of my game in the industry I was in, restaurants, private clubs, all of that. And that threw me for a loop. In my mind, if you're performing well, if you're doing your job well, you should never have to worry about losing your job. Well, it turns out if a billionaire gets bored with you, they just get a new you. That's it. And so that really, I hate to say it, but that's there you go. So it really changed my perspective, and it started to use Kelly's example. It started pulling away a little bit of me giving a damn about certain people's views of me. That was in me. I've always had that fight, but I also thought, well, you wear a mask. You're paid to wear a mask. All those zeros on the salary, that's a few good reasons to wear these particular masks or to hide these sorts of things. And that started that first layer of just, you know what? I'm going to have to look out a little more for number one and care a little less about any of the other numbers.
Yeah.
So that started that. And that sort of simmered a little bit. Next job, very great. I still consult with those people. I love those people. They did great things for me. But going through that first example in 2016, when the time was right for me to step away, there was no fear. I was like, when people were like, well, what's going to happen if you don't figure it out? What's going to happen if you go back to Florida and you have a perfectly good job? Why are you leaving it? And I was like, I'm not happy. And I went through this before, not on my terms. Now I'm doing it on my terms. I'm not afraid of this anymore. And that was a little bit of a more of like things pulling apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I jumped into breeding snakes and then moving to Minnesota and then buying car washes and taking some of these risks that seem more and more incredibly wild, where now I'm like, I have a vision. I know who I want to be. I'm going to work towards who I want to be. And it's something that's actually felt empowering putting on this this show that the expo that I'm putting on as well, where I can be like, hey, I have a vision of the expo I want to put on. I got to make some tough choices. I got to say some yeses and nos. I got this vision and I'm going to put it on. And I'm a different person than I was 10 years ago.
Well, wait a second. So you are, so I thought you were saying in the vein of what Kelly was saying, which is like, all of this stuff that I've gone through, I'm still kind of, my person is sifting through these external so from the outside, like an outside observer would look at your life if they were to watch a movie of your life, if they could get through it,
exactly, if they could put up with it,
they would go,
thank you,
well,
Joe.
obviously he's a different person from 10 years ago. Look at where he was and look at it. So that's a part of this question, but you're Adam. You were Adam 10 years ago. You dealt as Adam with those external circumstances, and you're dealing as Adam in these external circumstances. So from the inside, you're looking back at a history of a trajectory of a person. So one of the questions is, how do people on the outside observe you as a person, and how do you observe yourself? And the primary question of this question, like, what are the questions we need to ask about?
What's the question of the question? Yes.
The question of the question is, how do you define a person? what is the definition of person and what constitutes what a person is? And that's why I talk about it in my religion classes, because that's a central question of all religions. Who are we? Who are we as people? Why? What constitutes us as a person? Is it the things that we experience throughout life? And so an outside observer can go, well, he was in service and now he's a snake breeder and he's gonna, so that's a completely different person. Or is it this idea of a trajectory, a building, there's a core to us that moves through life and grows and changes. Not that are actually the changing things what constitute a person, or is it that core thing that's moving through and changing? Is that what creates a person?
This is why I left academia and I never went back.
Come on, that is a great exercise for your brain, right?
No, but here's my answer. You could say you're a person, but if you're not doing the thing and you're not living the thing, are you actually that person? So let's get really specific. Yeah. My response to that traumatic firing experience, I really sulked. I was terrified. I thought that my identity had been screwed up. All of that stuff. Now I would be like, that's another person's decision. I'm on with it. I'm not going to live in
okay, fear. Interesting.
I'm not going to let somebody else define who I am. Those days are over. That is gone from me. So I could say I was that dude inside and that little fighter who I wanted to be. If I'm not doing it, am I that person? So I don't know. I
good,
don't know.
good. That's great.
I get your point, but at the end of the day, what are we doing? Like, we all hear these amazing ideas, but who goes and does it? Okay, so was it actually a good idea or not? I don't know. Yeah, it's a good idea for somebody else, but I guess not for you. That's if you're not sort of, and some of this I get it. Some of this comes with a certain, some people might call it privilege. Some people might call it a standing in life. Certain behaviors are sort of earned, or you get to a point where you're willing to risk those behaviors. Me calling this dude going, yeah, I am going to have this conversation because I'm going to eliminate this problem from my life. That's probably a different response than I would have given some years back. I would have been like, well, it's a customer, got to make them happy, figure this out, make my foam, make my detergent foam. No, here's what it is, dude. If you like it, great. If you don't, go on. I'm confident in that now.
Part of your answer, the implication of your answer is saying that what constitutes a person is how they act, how they behave in the world. And that's a huge part. That is an integral part of what constitutes a person, is how they behave.
Yeah. And let me say too, it takes a lifetime to unlock and become like what you want to be. I've said on my show here, and I've said on Tuesday night show, people that are confident, supremely confident in their own skin and who they are some of the most intriguing, attractive people to me in the world. I will foster amazing relationships with those people, even if I disagree with their views and their outlook, because I know that I'm getting the authentic, that's the word, authenticity. I'm getting the authentic, real thing. And it's hard. We all strive for that. We all have insecurities. We all go, I don't know. I don't know if I should say that, or if I don't know if I should be that way, or I don't know if this or that. And the people that just do it and go for it. I hired a PR girl. That's not the right way to say it. I hired a PR person yesterday for the show coming up in December.
Oh, okay.
If you stood us next to each other, you would go, Adam, you look like the whitest, straightest, squarest dude in the world. And I'm standing next to her, and you would be like, she's wearing leather and a red like visor like Geordi from Star Trek wore, and has spikes on her shoulders. What are you doing? She's confident in who she is. She's going to have a cool outlook. I love her photography. I love her work. She's going to be great to document this show. It's going to be fantastic. So that to me is like, that person could be in you, but it takes a lifetime to get to that person sometimes. And that's something I'm working on for myself,
Yeah. Okay. Now it's interesting that you're saying that, because I think your answer to this question is no, you're not the same person you were 10 years ago. But you've also said that person is in there, and it takes a lifetime for that person to come out.
See how good I am at this academic stuff? Here we go. We could talk in circles for 3 hours about it.
I think this is, I just think that this question is just more than meets the eye, right? Because if you, and there's obviously in academia, there's no right answer to this question, right? But you do have to define your terms so that when you go and you have a conversation with somebody, you got to like kind of back up and go, well, this is what I'm talking about, right? When I say what a person is, this is what a person is, and it's the action that they take in their life. It's not just about their DNA or their name or their social security number, which would be the things that or their fingerprint that would that's what kind of the state thinks of you as a person. So if you rob a bank 10 years ago and they figure it out 10 years later, they show up at your house, you can't go, I'm a different person.
That'd be a great defense, though. I would call Joe. I would call Joe as an expert witness for my defense. Had I behaved that, I have made some bad choices in my life. I've never robbed a bank. I don't have to worry about that coming back.
But see, yeah, like that's another thing. Like if you're saying that you're a different person, but you had something in your life that you did, you can't deny that as a part of your history and as a part of what made you who you are. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm more on. Like when I think about this question, I think I am less of I'm a different person than I was 10 years ago, and more I'm the same person I was 10 years ago. I just behave differently.
Yeah, and that's splitting some hairs for me, but that's okay, and you're entitled to that response. But I thought a lot about this, and this is sort of like when you texted me that, I said, I've been thinking a lot about this lately.
Why?
Well, because I think it plays into this world that we're in to tie everything neatly with a bow. This world of snake breeding, we all hear it constantly, but you have to choose. Is there an echo? Did you cause an echo real fast? What happened?
I don't know. No, I'm not hearing anything.
Okay, good. I'll keep going then. Choose what makes you happy. Choose to be the breeder that you want to be. Be the brand that you want to be. Stand your ground. If somebody thinks that your snakes are garbage and that you're breeding stupid low dollar bananas, screw them. If it makes you happy and you can sell it and you have cash flow and it works for your model, do it. Screw what other people think. Like how far has anybody gotten doing what everybody else says to do and what everybody else does?
Right. Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes is Henry Ford saying, "If I had listened to everybody, all I would have worked on was a faster horse." Like that to me it embodies that of like, be who you want to be, stand by it. It's sometimes it'll go well, sometimes it won't, but at least you're enjoying it and you're going to work way harder at the stuff that you want to be doing, but also you're going to work way harder at becoming who you want to be if you're doing it on your own terms. So that's something I think about. And I almost meditate on that. Like it's a weird, empowering thing to say, maybe I'm not the seller for you. Maybe this isn't the job that I should take. I don't want to take on that project, right? Like in my consulting world, it's really nice to go, this isn't for me. And the more honest you could be about that, the quicker you get down to really good interactions with people, because the people that do stick around are ones you really want around, and the ones that don't can go on with their lives. I don't wish this guy bad that ties my stuff in a knot. I just don't. There's billions of people in the world. There's no need for he and I to interact any longer. It's okay. Go on. It's fine.
I mean, obviously, I do think that the answer to this original question is there's a little bit of both. Intellectually, to get to a final answer, you have to define terms in a certain way. But in our lives, I think you do have to kind of entertain both ways of thinking to actually achieve what you want to be. Like I think you have to. A good strategy is to pay respect to who you are as a core and figure out who you are at your core.
Nice.
What your core is in your mind, and I keep pointing to
Right.
my chest.
It's in here.
But
Yeah.
this is really,
right.
this is
Yeah,
really
it's up there.
like what makes you uniquely Joe, uniquely Adam, and that has to come out, and you have to then behave in a certain way in the world and make sure that there's a balance between these two kinds of way of thinking about who you are as a person.
Kelly's response last night made me think of a quote that I've heard that sticks in my head. So I think it's a good quote. I don't know who said it, but it basically says the only people that you have to answer to in life, which I think is a little hard. I think you should answer to your family and the people that rely on you a little bit. But the only people you have to answer to in life are your 8-year-old self and your 80-year-old self. And that kind of fits with like, those are the two cores with all the world's crap getting piled on it, and then all the world's crap getting piled off. 8 and 80. So I'm really looking forward to hitting 80. I feel like that's going to be the real promised land, you know?
That's really true. That's a great way to look at things. Yes. Excellent.
So,
good conversation. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
That was good, man. A little internet connection makes all the difference, huh? That was a pretty good, that was a good one, Joe. Anything big, anything cool this week everybody needs to know about for you?
No, Raleigh's turning 21. We're gonna go out
hey yo,
steaks. Yeah,
get some legal beverages on the on this side of the pond, huh?
Yeah, not too many, but
I mean, you don't do that. But no, very cool. Send her my congratulations, and
I will.
Anyhow,
and I'm going to the dump on Saturday.
Oh, load up the truck, baby. Get it out there.
How about you? Anything?
No, I thought we'd get into this today, but I'm looking forward to just doing what I do, getting back into my rhythm. It's been great to travel. It's been great to, screw around for the summer. It's time to get back to it, and I'm excited to do so. So
nice. Good.
That's what I'm back at. So, all right, man. Have a great week, everybody. I'll see you soon on Tuesday night, and then back here, same time, same place. Cheers, everybody. Bye.
Everybody wants the outcome. Very few will go through the process.
When you think about someone living their dream, I am living my dream.
If your business model isn't working, you've got to change your model.
You might be all by yourself on that route, but the view's pretty damn good from there.
New breeders have no idea how long 2 years is. Imagine 3 years, even 10 years.
Stop chasing other people's dreams. Make your own.
When the going gets weird, the weird turn pro.